Oh, wait.
Good evening, everyone. It's your girl Nora Tish, and this is the View Report. We'll be back right after this.
I'm only tapped in with the very shoe man beat. Yeah, who got the nose? Who got the good nose? Who got you covered for every discussion, baby? This good food. I'm talking about facts, can't go back and forth, just look at the stats. If you think you know sports, then baby, come hop in the chat. Yeah, cause we got it. No one gon' keep you on topic. Cause who be who in the finals? And who got who in that final? Who hot? Who first pick and who not? Who team taking that spot? Watch I got caught with a Glock. Yeah, who got the nose? Who got the good nose? Who got you covered for every discussion, baby? This good food. I'm talking about facts, can't go back and forth, just look at the stats. If you think you know sports, then baby, come hop in the chat. Yeah, we got it. Rick said still been popping. MTMD locked in. We got the ball, can't drop it. Yeah, what's happening? Wednesday nights, I'm tapped in. This that real life action. Baby, with all that cabin. Who got the good nose? Who got you covered for every discussion, baby? This good food. I'm talking about facts, can't go back and forth, just look at the stats. If you think you know sports, then baby, come hop in the chat.
Also sponsored by
Crispy!
The View Report.
Yes. Welcome to the View Report. We're back again, y'all. It's been a little bit of time since the last time you saw us, but we're here. And we're here to bring a little special episode because my amazing host, who's going to speak to you in a second, actually been running around and doing the football thing, y'all. You hear me? But before I get to that, I guess definitely got to shout out my oldest nephew. Today is National Niece Day, National Auntie Day. And I have an auntie of 15 children. So I wanted to take this time to shout out the reason I am an aunt, the first child, my amazing nephew, Will, who's also a new dad. Shout out to my amazing nephew and for him to be just so amazing. And I just love him so much. He's the reason why I'm an aunt. He made me an aunt at 5. And yes, I love you, Will. Happy birthday. And you're going to be you're an amazing father. His baby was born on 4th of July. So I'm just saying, mwah, thank you for making me an auntie and all, sorry, not even 15, all 17 of you guys. I love you all so much. You guys make me feel so special on this day, National Auntie Day. I love you, babies. Mwah. Rick, say hello to the people.
Hello, people. How you doing? I'm happy to be here in the building. It is a special episode, and I'm very, very excited to get into the topics that we will be talking about today.
All righty. So our guy Rick has been doing the football news. He's been doing what we need to do. He's been taking care of business.
What's up,
Actually, our
Nikki?
team has actually been doing well all together. C covered the WNBA All-Star Weekend, and now we got Rick work at the SAG. Rick, tell us about it. Tell us what was going on.
Yeah, so we'll hop into that in the second segment. We're gonna talk about actually, if you want to, Miles, you can switch it. We could talk about the SWAC right now, right? We could talk about what we did at SWAC Football Media Day. It was dope, right? One of the biggest things that we got from SWAC Football Media Day is a bunch of information about what's going on in HBCU sports. You got to understand what this is, right? We're coming back after the loss of primetime after Dion. This is post Dion, and last year, I mean, this is the post Dion era. Last year, it was Travis Hunter, right? Shador Sanders, everybody. Travis Hunter showed up and in a boot. It was a whole bunch of news like coming out. It was the whole thing. This year, it was much more about the holistic conference, right? It was really about the conference, and you can see confidence through the roof. So I went not just with myself, but also with Pretty Girls Love Sports with Dez, and Dez, Dez is a firecracker. Like Dez is all over the place.
Shout out to you,
right?
Des.
Yeah, you can see. So actually, you can pull it up right now, Miles. You can pull up a picture of Des. She was around, just taking pictures with players, taking pictures. That's not a player, but she was around taking pictures with everybody, making connections, and doing interviews. We did a lot of interviews with all the coaches. So we got Coach Hugh Jackson, we got Coach Eddie Robinson, we got the coach from FAMU, who talks about what happened after that, that viral rap video that happened that made him shut down football operations. We talked about him. We talked about we talked with so many coaches, and here the overarching theme was that the SWAC is wide open and everybody feels like they can win it. You talk to every player. This is one of my takeaways. You talk to every single player, and when you ask them, so Des would always ask, what is your predicted record? And every single one of the players, they said undefeated. They all think they're going undefeated. And that's kind of where they are. Yeah, they come from the jump thinking that they are going undefeated. Coaches were, a lot more humble in their approach, like coaches, are, because they're more media savvy. But
I bet
they are. But but look, the students that are players bring the headlines. Another thing that was a big thing from media day was, well, first off, show this fashion right quick, bro, because the fashion was all over the place for media day, and it was awesome, yo. So we released a video on Twitter that's Andrew Body from Texas Southern, the quarterback with the shades on. That's Andrew Body, right next to Jay Will, who's a linebacker for them, and that's Jacob Williams. And what they want to show you the details. They open up their suits, and you can see Texas Southern kind of going down the inside of their jackets. And show the other one, Miles, because we had multiple players really doing that thing. This is Mississippi Valley with their new coach, Kendrick Wade, and they wanted to show, they wanted to come together and look real smooth. Everybody, they were all dressing, like going in, dressed way better than me, and and they came with it. Coach Hugh Jackson was there too. Last year he made a big stir with his with his outfit from last year. They came dressed well. Another thing that came out of this was who was being picked as all SWAC, right? Like the players who were picked is either all SWAC or they were going as offensive and defensive player of the year, and that caused a big stir, right? So there's a linebacker from Alabama State, Bubba. They call him his name is Bubba. Colton is his last name, but most people believe that Bubba should have been the defensive player of the year. However, that honor went to Sundiata Anderson from Grambling State, and I mean he's an NFL prospect. He's a big time NFL prospect. But the linebacker Bubba, he basically led all of FCS. That's football championship series. He led all of FCS in tackles last year. He led all of the SWAC. If he's leading all of FCS, he's definitely the number one linebacker, and people believe that he is. And they believe that he should have been that guy. And that caused a big stir. So a lot of people were talking about it. We talked to Zach McKinnell Blue from the Blue Bloods. He really had a lot to say about it. He felt like his guy Bubba is not being acknowledged like he should be. That was a big deal. It was a lot going on at SWAC Media Day, but the cool part about it is all the media outlets that that people have come to know, HBCU Game Day, right, Black College Sports Network, right, all of these media outlets who have stood the test of time, they were all there and they were all showing out. They looked great. There was a few different setups. One was the radio row. There was and the whole event is growing very well. So there was that was the TV room, there was radio row, they had a podium, and ESPN Plus was there set up as well. So they're still getting, the SWAC is still going to get a lot of media coverage. Actually, that media coverage is expanding, and the ESPN Plus picked up more games, right? Pepsi also basically said that they're going to stand behind the SWAC, and they're not only standing behind the SWAC with their words, but also with their dollars. So they increased their their input there, and becoming, I think, the sole beverage of the SWAC. And so the SWAC is still growing. The SWAC will still bring it. It's going to be an awesome football season because everybody believes that it's wide open for them to take it, and they are aiming to take it. I mean, I feel like there's a few teams that really kind of have that edge. TC Taylor, we're going to talk a little bit more about him later on today, but he's over at Jackson State. He believes that they're ready to take it. FAMU with Willie Simmons, people have projected them to be one of the top teams in the SWAC. They think that they're going to the SWAC championship game. They have a great quarterback in Jeremy Musa. I met him, talked to him. They think that they can take it. And then you also have Southern with their head coach who looked dressed to impress. You know what? We should have put him up, man. that dude's suit, I think he had a Gucci suit with like a like Gucci symbols. It was ridiculous. He had something dope on. And he's always dressed like that. And Eric Dooley, people believe that he'll win in the SWAC as well. So they think the SWAC championship game will be FAMU versus Southern. And we'll see how it all plays out. But we had an awesome day at SWAC Football Media Day.
All right, Gucci down to the socks. I know that's right. So it sounds like you had all this stuff going on. You got to talk to all these people and get to see all these amazing things. I know last year we got to participate in the SWAC, but I got to do the virtual. And I will say, I saw the pictures you guys have taken and everything. You guys are doing some big stuff down there. And HBCU's football, and not just football, but sports in general, are things that, one, we should be supporting, and two, it's actually getting exciting. And I see how they're putting a little bit more dollars behind that, because the pictures I saw that you took, they got some stuff going on. So just to talk quickly about it, as an HBCU grad, how do you feel now seeing the fact that SWAC is getting way more attention and that we're getting media press, we got ESPN there, all these different outlets, us there? How do you feel about that? Like, what's like a core feeling from it?
That's a great question. And listen, I'm scrummaging through because I wanted to kind of, shout out some more names, but here's what I feel about that. I absolutely love it. The fact that the football competition is we'll talk about band competition later, but the fact that the football competition, the product that they're going to put on the field is going to be so great. You could tell it in the athletes. They looked ready. Actually, if you saw the athletes coming around, they look prepared for football. I'm gonna just say that, right? People have set really high goals, and their bodies show that they've been working out trying to set those goals, man. They look, some guys are really, really cut and ready to get into it. The energy was so high. The energy was high, and all these coaches believe that it's their time to take over. Coaches, players, it's their time to step into this limelight and really be the top team in the SWAC. And we can talk MEAC later, but in the SWAC, right, it is, it's such a big time open competition, and I can't wait to see what it all looks like this year. So as a HBCU grad, I feel proud, just watching all the coaches, how they step out in the confidence that the players have.
Love it. I know, as also an HBCU grad, I just love the fact that you are announcing to the group that you're going to meet at SWAC Media Day. The fact that it exists, the fact that they were getting all this attention, it makes me proud. I want to see more and more. I can't wait for the game to start this fall, because football is our thing. Rick, do you have anything to say before we hit that commercial break?
Yeah, shout out to I'm gonna shout out some companies that are supporting HBCUs, and shout out some companies that we should definitely be supporting. HBCU Go, I love what they're doing. They're going to be covering a lot of football games this year. HBCU Plus, they'll be covering a lot of football games this year. Also want to shout out to Cricket Wireless. They're the official sponsors for the SWAC MEAC Challenge. Pepsi for going hard covering with the SWAC and being one of the big time sponsors for the SWAC. That's a really big deal. Just across the board, I'm really, really excited about all these companies that are putting their money where their mouth is, right? And basically supporting our HBCUs. And there are a ton more out there. Shout out to HBCU Game Day. They came so hard. And they do so much great coverage. There's so many great outlets. Shout out to She Loves Z, another outlet. And she was just kind of getting the ball rolling for herself, and she's in there doing well. Shout out to Pretty Girls Love Sports. She drove like 4 hours to get down there and cover a SWAC Media Day. So just so many great outlets covering the SWAC. And people wonder, would the media still be there after Prime? Yes, they were there, and they showed up.
And also shout out to MTMV Sports, because we were also there to cover as well. And all of you guys that sponsored.
That goes without saying, you feel me?
I'm just saying, they can sponsor us too. So if you want to become one of our sponsors, help us pay some bills, we would love that too. So while we're talking about paying some bills, we're going to hit this commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process, and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals, and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you guys
Yo,
heard it. We gave all that love to those sponsors. We gotta give love to our sponsor, Ozell
big time.
Brand. Thank you, Ozell Brand, for doing what you do each and every single show on the MTV network. You give us love, you give us your money, and we get to give you some business. But if you one thing you want, y'all, if you want some fly kicks, back to school around the corner. It's getting there. We're getting there. Get yourself some Ozell Brand sneakers. If you are ready to start your season, you out in that field, you need some cleats, Ozell Brand got you. And if you want some cleats for that's not gonna break your bank, but great quality, Ozell Brand got you at ozellbrand.com. Check them out, get them custom, be that girl or that guy on your campus or on your school.
Yo, I gotta
So,
shout out
Rick,
two more people, V.
the NFL is back. Huh?
Yeah, I gotta shout out two more people.
Yeah, more people.
I gotta shout out the Blue Bloods, and I gotta shout out Black
All
College
right.
Experience. Because I mean they did a follow-up video for us at the end of the event. So I definitely gotta shout them out. Go ahead, I'm ready. Let's get into the NFL.
Yeah, shout to y'all. All right. Saquon got paid-ish, but he got a 1-year deal, got 11 million. Okay, more money, I guess. So shoot, honey bunny, you did it, y'all big one. They had those running back Zoom meetings. I know Saquon sitting there, it's a little bit different, feeling a little bit bossed up. You feel me? Come on, Giants, you did what you're supposed to do there, and I'm proud of you for that. But Rick, we're talking about football. What your Saints signed Jimmy Old Man Graham again. He's back in New Orleans. How you feel about it? I know you got some feelings.
V, before I get into this, please tell me your real feelings about Saquon Barkley being back. Give me that before I tell you how I feel about this Jimmy Graham situation.
Hope. A Giants fan, I have hope. I know that we're going to beat the Commanders, but I think now that Saquon's going to training camp, we got ourselves an old offensive lineman. I got hope that we're going to beat the Cowboys. I have hope we're going to be the second in our division. Because again, the Eagles is no, just leave it alone. But the Cowboys and Commanders, I feel like we are definitely going. We're definitely take the Commanders. They're trash. But the Cowboys, I feel like we finally might have something that can boost us up above them. I like Saquon. That's our captain. I like Saquon. Do I think you should pay a running back a lot of money? If his name's Saquon Barkley and he plays for the New York Giants, yes. Okay? We need him. And I'm praying them hips don't go out because, man, I can't deal with it. I can't have it. I can't deal with it. What did he say? So are they going to have the same issue? No, voice. We're going to get to that when we get to it. It is a perfect example of I'll deal with it when it needs to be a problem. Right now, problem is solved. We put enough duct tape down that we can get through the day. We can get through this season. Next season, we'll deal with that when we get to it. Okay. Now, Jimmy Graham time, baby. Woo! How you feel about that?
I love it. Reunited, and it feels so good. That man is 36 years old. I'm not a liar. Yeah. I'm not a liar.
You feel
No. I feel great. You bring back Jimmy Graham. He's 36 years old. But if you look at that image of him, that was not taken a few years ago. That was taken this week. Jimmy looks like that right now, right? At 36, I think he took the last year off to go get like lose a little weight, right? Add some more mobility, and give it one last go. I think he just wants to come back for one final big time push, right? But Jimmy looks great, and he looked great today in the first day of training camp. Hearing from Ross Jackson, who's over at Locked On Saints, you can, man, look, they let Jimmy run the routes. Jimmy's catching the balls, like reaching up, looking like Jimmy a little bit. And you don't need, top tier Jimmy. We don't even need second tier Jimmy. We just need come on Jimmy. And that's all we need.
Oh,
We need a few catches a game, right? That's all we need. And so you have Foster Moreau, you have you have a few players already there. Jawan Johnson, who's also there, in that spot. So we actually don't need much from Jimmy Graham. They want his leadership and they want his playmaking ability when we can get it, and that's okay. So I like them signing. I like them bringing back Jimmy Graham. That's fine by me, right? We're not counting on him to do everything, but please come in and teach Jawan Johnson how to be you. And if that's cool, that's all we need.
how you think he's gonna work with Derek Carr?
They're gonna work great. Derek Carr has, if you remember,
He's like,
they are going to be
he said here like,
great.
oh my God. Okay, I know.
Not
Talk your talk.
I think they will. If you remember Jason Witten, right? Coming back for like one last push, right? Where'd he go? To the Raiders. And when he went there, he got one last push working with Derek Carr, right? So he's used to old men trying to give it one more go. And so if that's the case, this is an old man giving it one more go. If you remember Ben Watson, when he came to the Saints, when he had his best year, one of his best years, he came to the Saints and he was trying to give it one last go and he had a really good year. So we have a history of doing well with old tight ends. The NFC South has a history of doing well with old tight ends. Remember, Tony Gonzalez came back to the Atlanta Falcons when he was trying to give it one last go. He had a pretty decent run. So the NFC South has a pretty decent history, and also Derek Carr has a history of using or getting some productivity out of old tight ends. And 36 isn't life old, but is football ancient. And
at all.
it's football ancient. But at the tight end position, that's the one position or one of two positions, one of three positions, because kicker, tight end, right, and quarterback. I believe that an old man can still be productive. It's not a for real old man's game. So let's see what you got, bro. Like, you don't got to be dumb fast anyway. Just be all right, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. 2 catches a game. All right, Jimmy. That's fine.
Just be Jimmy.
Yeah,
So I'm hearing just be Jimmy.
Just be Jimmy. I mean, he ain't gonna be old Jimmy. You feel what I'm saying? But he'll be old Jimmy. And that's all we need. We good.
So
V, what
any
other
other
storylines are
big
you looking for? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What storylines? What are you talking about? I was thinking about the Titans.
Oh yeah. Okay. What you thinking about the Titans?
I think we owe Crispy not an apology, not respect, but a nod. The Titans. Why don't look like that?
Because I owe that man nothing. And I don't see nothing that's making me feel like I owe him nothing. So that's why I look like that. But I'm willing to listen and give a nod.
You didn't see nothing, huh?
No. You adding DeAndre Hopkins is cool. And I like it.
Yeah. We're seeing a quarterback, but DeAndre Hopkins is that guy. But I'm gonna give you the nod.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. I mean,
I'm not gonna say we respect you more. I'm not gonna say
no.
I don't say I'm not proud of you.
Don't.
I'm just giving you the nod. Like,
I'm not.
DeAndre Hopkins is a great pickup. That's a great wide receiver, especially when he's healthy. He's a great wide receiver. He got you automatic, but you still need a quarterback. But Titans, good.
Good.
What's your next football NFL take?
Oh, I'm excited about the Texans. I want to see what they look like, and not just because we have a pitcher, but I do want to see what the Texans look like. I do want to see what the Texans look like this year. This man looks like he's 12, but that's cool because he has a rocket for an arm, and I believe that he'll be the guy who can lead this team into the next era of good Houston Texans football. I want to see what they look like offensively. John Mechie's back, and he should be cleared now. So God, man, thank God for him and for his journey. So I'm excited for him. I'm also excited for the rest of that Texas team. I want to see what their running back looks like in year 2. He had a great rookie year. Saw him first at I think it's Pierce. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. So I saw him at the Senior Bowl. He did really well. Came in the first year. Really took over with a great fantasy pickup. I want to see what he looks like in his second year, and I want to see what their coach looks like, and I want to see if he can actually bring. He was the hottest coach on the market, right? He even got the job, even was preferred over Sean Payton in a lot of job situations. Is he really that type of? Is he really a guy who's going to make the NFL stop seeing his color, right, and just see what he's bringing to the field? And are we going to see the Houston Texans not get rid of another black head coach in the first 2 years?
You brought that one. Because I wasn't even thinking about the Texans. You brought that one. Ooh.
I just want to know.
And now I'm actually going to tune in and pay attention to how Houston going to rock it this year. Because
I want to see it.
Let's see what they're going to do. And our producer, we got one more slide, actually. So let's get to that last one before we hit to our next commercial. To keep it going. The NFL. Okay, no more slides. Okay. So is anything else? Last take. How as fans, how do you feel? You feel like your team's prepared for this season? Is training camp kind of getting you a little bit excited? I know we're gonna be excited about football in general, but are you as a fan, a Saints fan, are you getting pumped and rallied up for the season? Or are you like, we'll see how it all turns out?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm way too geeked for this season. It's unbridled excitement for this season, especially, but not for the future. But for this season, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Like, if you look at what's going on with the Saints, it's like the NFC South is catered for us to win, right? We have the best quarterback, and it's not close, right? Everybody else either has a rookie, a second-year player, or we're looking at Desmond Ridder, right? Bryce Young. We're looking at who's the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Baker Mayfield. We looking good. And actually this year, our schedule, we don't play a phenomenal quarterback one time. We don't have one phenomenal quarterback on the schedule. Unless Bryce Young becomes a phenomenal quarterback, which he's already looking good. But if you look at our schedule, ain't one single phenomenal quarterback there. And we have the best quarterback. He's Derek Carr, but he's better than all the other cars out there. He's better than all the other quarterbacks out there, and it's not.
Don't do that. His brother had no O-line. His brother had no O-line.
That's not fair. He did not. But he's also Derek Carr is the best quarterback on our schedule, and that's what it is. And I'm so excited about it. Our defense looks really good. We're gonna bring back a great secondary. Our defensive line is our only major question, but we'll get those questions answered as the year goes on. Michael Thomas was back today, and he looked good. Good. So I'm excited about that. He looked all right last season. Coming back this year, he looks good, ready to rock.
He looks ready this season. He looked like he was just sliding in last season, but this season he looked ready.
He looks ready. I
like that. Cut up. You deserve that.
He's ready to rock. Yes, ma'am. We've been through a lot. Alvin Kamara is not going to jail. That's good. So much stuff. So much is set up for the Saints to finally do it. It's good. If the Saints don't do it this year, it ain't gonna get done. And so
it's good.
As a Saints fan, I'm very excited. We should win the NFC South, and then we should go on to the playoffs and lose in the second round, and I'll be fine with that. So let's see, right? I'm excited for a really good season. As a Giants fan, though, how excited are you?
I'm always gonna be excited for Giants football, but for our first game to be I think we're in London. I think we're no. Actually, no. We're the Sunday Night Football game. In MetLife, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous for the Cowboys because the Cowboys have been getting pooped on for a while. Once you get pooped on for so long, you will come with vengeance. And then, as much as Daniel Jones is trying to do the best to become Danny Dimes again and stay being Danny Dimes, he folds when it comes to these Cowboys, man. I don't like how we can't start the year off with an L on the biggest night of football. First week, 8:00, we're the game, and we get our butts whooped. I would be done. But other than that, I'm very excited. That will kill my spirit. But I am excited for football. I can't wait. We have a pretty funny schedule. We gotta face the Cardinals after that. Then we gotta go to San Francisco. The Seahawks are trash, so I'm not as scared with them. But the Dolphins have been boosting up. Then we get killed by the Bills week 6. Like, come on. We gotta bounce back with the Commanders. We play the freaking Jets with Aaron Rodgers. Like, what the heck is this? Like, it's stressful as a Giants fan. So I'm not. That's just the first 8 weeks. So I'm just like, we'll just see, man. Because when it comes to football, it's just like every game, unless unless you're like what, the Browns or another trash team like Raiders. Raiders got Jimmy G. I'm telling y'all, the Raiders fans, Jimmy G gonna be there for a good 4 weeks. That's it. You'll be sitting here like, wow, this is how we go out. We're going out sad. Texans, if this young man doesn't work out, you're gonna go out sad. It's just like a lot of things are put in to go out sad. So I hope football is exciting this year. I hope my Giants are exciting this year because we go out sad. Watch how quickly I'll be quiet. You'll see me like turned up, and then Rick will be like, yo, let's talk about NFL. I was like, so crazy. Yankees are doing this. I'll do it every single time because I don't want to be bothered. If my team is getting stomped, I don't want to be bothered. Well, on that note, we're going to hit to our last commercial break, pay another ad, and we'll be right after this.
Yeah. Come on, let go, man. Yeah. I wanna be remembered for the good I did, not for accolades and accomplishments. Did I treat people with the love of God? Walking my purpose, seeking no applause. Did I tear down idols that were in my way? And in my darkest moments, did I keep the faith? Here to give a message, man, forget the fame. Can't allow our hearts to remain the same. We need to change. Forget the money, the cars, and the clothes. None of that's gonna last when it's our time to go. Gotta stay focused, gotta run your race. Time to get to it, cause we in the last days. Tell me what's your legacy? What's your legacy? What's your legacy? Tell me what's your legacy?
There it is, Legacy AD. If you want a comic book that will keep you on your toes, get you pumped, get you excited. Our names need to be switched, but get you pumped and excited. Check out Legacy AD. Thank you, producer. If you are looking for where to find Legacy AD, check out Legacy AD on Instagram, and you can get your fly comic book. Learn some God. Come on, God. Shout out to him, and shout out to our man Will Smith for actually inventing this amazing piece of literature. So we're going to go back into college football world. We're going into the black world, HBCU land. Woo! Because guess what has been added? And Rick got me hyped because if you know your girl, I used to be a dancer in college. So I'm excited because the HBCU will be launching their new band challenge. If you know anything about HBCUs or college football in general, PBY bands, they be so cute and nice with it. The HBCU bands get in the gutted with it. They get up in there and make it hot and popping. Okay, baby. So they're going to have their new band challenge is coming this year. Rick, you went to HBCU. Tell me you ain't excited about the fact that the band challenge is here.
Listen, I'm mostly about the football, but I also love the fact that when the bands hit the field, you cannot look away, right? Every halftime, it is so awesome. And listen, man, John Grant, who's basically been over the Celebration Bowl and the SWAC Media Challenge, he has been such an innovator, and he's really been pushing all the buttons. And one of the things that he's really excited about, because he told me, okay, so that announcement came today. We knew yesterday that he had a big announcement. I went to him and I was like, hey, you got a big announcement tomorrow. He's like, what's going on? What you know? And I'm like, I said, hey, I just know you got a big announcement. I said, what it's going to be? He was like, I can't tell you yet, but I'm excited. So he was really, really excited about it. Today, he jumped on that stage and he couldn't wait to tell us about what's going on. And so here's what's happening. ESPN events are hosting the inaugural Band of the Year National Championship. So December 15th at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, in advance of the Celebration Bowl will be the battle to determine who is the best band in the land, bar none. So it's not like one of them situations where, Gremlin says we're the best, right? Or FAMU says we're the best. They're like, yo, no more of that. We are going to judge every single performance throughout the year, grade it
Southern.
according so
Southern.
Southern, right? Whoever, right? All these great bands who think they're the best band, they're gonna see now. They're gonna grade it according to I think it's according to formations, according to song selection, right? A few different other criteria are in there, but they're going to grade every single competition every single performance. Every performance counts. Every 2 weeks, they're going to release on ESPN.com. You can go and you can see the rankings for each band, so they'll know exactly where they rank, right, and how many points they've accumulated. There'll be a fan component where fans can also vote. I don't know how much it'll affect the actual rankings, because if that's the case, Jackson State will be at the top almost all the time. So let's just say that. But if it doesn't truly affect it that much, then at the end of the day, you're going to have 2 bands from the Division 1 schools and 2 bands from the Division 2 schools, right? So I don't know if it's gonna be SWAC versus MEAC. I doubt it. I think it's just gonna be top tier bands in the Division 1 and HBCU Division 1, which includes all the teams from the SWAC and the MEAC, right? And then all the Division 2 teams. Once they determine who are the top 4, so who are the top 2 in the Division 1, top 2 in Division 2, they will come to Atlanta right before the Celebration Bowl, and they will battle in front of a hopefully sold out arena to see who is the absolute best band. I know people believe that we already have this. That was fictional and it was on Drumline. We do not have this, but we have it now. And so we are now going to determine who's the best band in the land. And we will see this year, they will crown a champion, and that band will have all the bragging rights in the world, as the best HBCU band, period. So I'm too excited.
So Drumline is coming to life, guys, and it's giving that MTMV, since we are based in Atlanta, should be at this event. So I'm just going to just put that out in the universe. Let that happen for us. Let the universe do its thing with that one.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. So we're gonna be there. We were there today for the announcement, and so I'm not giving you the second hand. I got the video when he announced it, right? And we're gonna post that later today. Just you can hear from his mouth, right? And I asked the question. I wanted to clarify who are the teams. I mean, the teams will be there, and they answered my question. That's how we kind of got a chance to know that it's going to be 2 teams from Division 1 and 2 teams from Division 2. And they were super excited about it. So yeah, not only were we there to break the news, right? And God forbid internet problems, y'all, because I would have been first to break it if it wasn't for the crappy internet. But anyway, so we're gonna be there when it's time, and we'll be there when hopefully, prayerfully, if it ain't me, V, you should be down here to cover the situation. But we'll talk about that. But it's gonna be dope, and we're hopefully we're gonna be in the building. Prayerfully, we will be in the building.
You guys think it's funny here? I'll tell y'all some inside stuff. Rick knows I move in September, and he's saying September 17th is this event.
No, it's December. It's December 15th.
Oh, December 7th. I'm like, September. Yeah. I was like,
yep. Now it's December 15th. No, I'm not even built like that. Well, I am, but
December is my favorite month, and everybody's been watching the show, been listening to the show, know that, because I turn into a freaking elf. So if that's the case, your girl's going to be on a plane going down to the bands. As a former majorette dancer and a band dancer, actually I played instruments. I will talk about that in a second. So I'm excited for this. I think marching band is one of the coolest things. I want the few people that actually like a good marching band, because as a dancer, that makes me want to get up and actually move. I know I don't know how to do the flag thing, because Lord knows I'll kill myself on the flag. But I can tell you right now, this head can still touch that turf and bounce it right back up. Don't play with it. So I'm excited to see how these majorettes get down. I'm excited to see how these dancers get down, because one thing about HBCUs, They got them bands, but don't play with the dancers and the majorettes. Don't play with them. Because, man, my back still hurts looking at some of that stuff. The one thing about me, give me one good time, I'll get down to that floor and get back up. So I'm excited about that. I love seeing more HBCU things being covered because our schools are such a different culture, and there's so much that go on that is amazing. So you got most people get to see the results. Vice presidents, doctors, lawyers, CEOs. You get to see the end product, but you don't get to see what happens while they're in the grind of going through college. We have a lot of movies about our PWI brothers and sisters having their time in their life, but the HBCU world is so beautiful, and we now get an opportunity to show it, and I love it. And this is just making me excited because it's something I connect with personally. So, Rick, have you ever played an instrument?
My dad tried to get me into the saxophone because I'm from Louisiana and it's a thing, right? I didn't do it. And then he tried to get me to play the piano. I didn't do it. He tried to give me singing lessons, but I was too cocky. I just felt like I could already sing so well. Why would I need singing lessons? And yeah, so no, I failed in those areas.
I played the clarinet, guys. I wanted to be a violinist. I wanted to be the violinist. And alto saxophone.
I can't agree with what you're talking about. I played the clarinet.
Those are the three things I played.
Yeah,
those are the three things I got jiggy with. I get funky with some alto sax and whoa, that's alto sax, soprano sax, and the piccolo. That clarinet.
You see what the voice said?
No, I did not. Would you say voice trying to be funny?
No. It wasn't by you.
Oh, excuses.
I didn't. Did I give excuses?
And you are.
I didn't give it. I didn't give an excuse.
See, Rick, you're not a loser. It sounds like you just wasn't feeling.
I didn't do it. I should have just said no. I don't play.
He just didn't do it, ladies and gentlemen. He was not feeling the band life. It wasn't for him.
I definitely wouldn't do nothing with the band.
It wasn't for him.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, Rick, anything else you want to say about your amazing? Huh?
Say that one more time.
If I could be in a band, you know what? I want to play the tuba. Come on, walk around I can just walk around like that.
Oh,
if I was in the band, I want to play the tuba, like in the marching band. I was a cheerleader, so I never got a chance to do that.
He said, "Don't blame the internet." He's talking about breaking that story.
Are we missing each other?
Yeah. He said the excuses, not the excuses weren't the band thing. The excuses was for breaking that story, right? And he said, "Don't blame the internet." Let me tell you something, bro. Straight up, you can press send as many times as you want, and I know because I press. Look, he even knows. Because I just sent him 13 messages saying my bad. You think I meant to do that? No. But the internet didn't show me that, that it was sent. So I kept pressing it. So you got 13 messages, right? So you think it's not an excuse. I pressed that button so many times trying to break that story today, V. You would have, I could have got a cramp in my finger. However, when it won't do it, it won't do it. So, we have to do other stuff. So, it's all good.
All right. You guys got your weekly dose of Rick and the voice arguing on our show. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'm going to say we're going to head to our goodbyes because we tired. We do the best we can every single day. So my closing thoughts of today is that when you're tired, go to bed. Oh, one thing about me is I'll quit the day quick and go to bed. I will get some rest. And going to bed is not lazy because I don't like that whole if you sleeping too much, you ain't being productive. No, you're tired, lay it down. Call it a day. Because sometimes it's just you gotta put it on pause and redo it again the next day. Some days you get to a point when it's just not giving. It's not giving success. It's not giving happy. It's not giving joy. It's just giving. I can't say that word because I want to be fined. It's not giving. So what I say is go to bed. Try again tomorrow. The beautiful thing is, God willing, each day we get another chance to start over the next. So if it's going wrong and it's just too much, close the laptops, turn off the phones, turn TVs off, or like me, turn it on, but turn it on low, and lay it down and try it again next time. Until next time, we hope that you guys stay safe, healthy, enjoy yourself on the end of, oh my gosh, yes. Bronny James. When I tell you guys this situation, bring Rick back real quick. This situation really had me thrown for a loop. When I saw that that young man went to cardiac arrest, I tell y'all, my heart dropped. So please, let's all pray for Bronny James, pray for the James family, because I couldn't imagine what LeBron and Savannah and the other little boy and little girl felt when they found their brother went to cardiac arrest. That young boy, to me, is too young to even experience something like that. Or if he doesn't know he has a heart condition, Lord, please watch over that baby, because not just him, but all the babies that have been through that same thing that aren't celebrity kids. Let's pray for our children, pray for health, safety, and protection over them. Because when I tell y'all, my heart dropped. And I was just like, Lord, please let that boy be okay. Because that kind of stuff scares me. Yeah. So please, let's pray for Bronny. Let's pray for this family. Let's pray for all of our kids and keep our people safe. And let's continue to learn more about heart health and healthy hearts and ways that we can protect ourselves and get information earlier, find out about conditions earlier, so that we never push ourselves too far where, for God forbid, we can turn a great day into a tragedy or a potential tragedy. So, Rick, anything you want to say? I know you are a LeBron James fan, but also you are an elder man, so you know how it is for to hear something like this, hear a story about a young man that could, like, it throws you off. So, anything you want to say?
Yeah, before you slid me with that other thing. Yeah, I
You're
do.
elder as in you're older. Not like wise with Cain. Like older gentlemen. The other
All right.
realm.
Girl said, Rick, you're an elder. You barely making it out here, brother. And I know you have some feelings about
In a good way.
Wow. Yes, I do have some feelings. Man. Voice said a kid here died like that on my birthday 1 year. I guess it's 1 year ago. Yeah, you never expect to hear news like this at all. Like, you just don't expect to hear news like this. I mean, you know how much it's crazy, because you know how much LeBron James like loves his kids and invests in his kids, and he's definitely he's like one of the best, like, I don't know, celebrity basketball fathers I've ever seen in my life, right? Like, so you know how impacted he was, because he's been kind of casing the latter half of his career around playing with his son, right? Like, that's, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that he's kind of like waiting it out so he can one day play with Bronny. And so for me, man, I just, you don't know what's gonna happen. Everybody makes plans. You just don't know what's gonna happen. And because you don't know what's gonna happen, that's why we cherish so much of life. Yes, as an elderly man, I keep wondering, like I keep wondering, how can I get the best out of this particular day? How can I get the best out of this day? Right? Because it might be my last. But real talk, every day may be.
No, not like that.
Yeah. No, not just me, but for everybody. For everybody.
Yes, you're right.
It doesn't matter where you are. And honestly, if you want to be real,
we never know.
You don't. And it's one of the reasons why we tell people about Christ, and don't do it with any shame. Right? Like, we don't have any shame when we tell people about Christ, and when we do it on the network, when the voice who's in there clowning me right now for being an AARP spokesperson, right? When voice comes on every Sunday, and he's talking about, ways that you need to get to know who Jesus is, ways that you need to take care of that particular part, we don't mind talking about that. We don't mind saying that we are wholeheartedly Christians, and look, we subscribe to a Christian based lifestyle, and it's not because we're fearful that it's gonna all end, but it's that I want to live the days I have with purpose. And so that's who we are. That's what we're about. And listen, I'm just saying that's why we talk about it. But as I look at this situation, I feel bad for the family, but I'm thankful that he's okay right now, right? And that's kind of the reports that we're getting back, that he's stable. And I'm thankful for that. I'm extremely thankful for that. Because his future is so bright, no matter what he does, right? If you just look at his personality, you watch him, he's a very cool kid, very humble kid, and he interacts with, with people, like, I want to say normal people, but he interacts with everybody else, like even in videos, in a very, very cool and humble way. So I like that kid a lot. And I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his family. And I'm praying that I don't care about, what happens with basketball for him, but what I do care is great quality of life for the rest of his life. So we will definitely be in prayer for that. And I'll stop there.
Now, one thing my grandma used to say, that the doctors could say something, but God will say something else, and God will do something else. So I'm just gonna pray that this young man heals up and he's okay. And all those kids that we don't know, or people we don't know, that aren't celebrities, that aren't in the media, that are going through things, we just pray that you also heal up and you also get that feeling of security from the great man, the great being above. So thank you so much for all tuning into our show. We'll see you in August.
You got the voice going crazy, V. You got voice going crazy with these elderly jokes. He all in it.
He ain't posting. I can't see none of them.
No, it's in Group Me now. He's all in Group Me.
He's
you got him going crazy.
Well, as wise people, we're going to bid you guys adieu, and we'll catch you guys next week on the V Report. Take care. Bye.
I'll have a good time now, kids.
Johnson, what's the word?
Oh, there are a lot of bad sports takes out there. A lot of people are giving dumb hot takes just for clicks and views. It's mind-boggling, sir.
Well, that settles it, Johnson. We need the V Report.
Y'all big late. Everybody's been listening to my girl Nora and Rick Sincere on the V Report. Y'all better get it together.
Oh, she's right, sir. The V Report ranks high in relevance, authenticity, and spiciness. It's under the MTMV Sports Network.
I love it, Johnson. To all you out there, be sure to subscribe to the MTMV Sports Network and check out the V Report.
What's going on, family? It's your man, Wildress.
And it's your man, the myth, the legend, the voice.
It's Smoke O'Clock. You just watched another great show on MTMV Sports Network.